Roger Christofferson here again with another first listener review. This is the one that I intended to do about a week ago. It is the release from King Crimson. It's Larks Tongues and Aspic, the 2023 complete recordings release that, as some of you may have listened to my previous one on this, that Amazon totally screwed up. But I finally got it. I was listening to it all day yesterday, all night. Holy moly, there's a lot of stuff on this, but super cool. I guess I'll talk about the packaging a little bit here first to start the thing with. It's very basic. It's a CD size box, and it just comes with the original album artwork on the back or on the front. And the back is almost identical to the original, except it just kind of lists what the CDs are instead of just a song listing. And then you open it up, and there's just two little inserts in it. One is it's like an exact replication of what the LP was, and obviously that was the one that has the first two CDs in it. And then there's the Blu-rays in the second one. Nothing is marked on the boxes, however, and you actually have to take them all the way out to see which CD is which. Nothing's marked what it's going to be in there, so it's one little gripe I have about it. And there's a cool little book in it that's got a little write-up I'm not going to read the whole thing through, obviously, but it tells about the making of the recording of it, and it kind of just goes down what everything is track by track, and like it's the complete recordings. This is everything they recorded for that whole session. Super cool. And so of course I started right from the beginning when we went in, and I popped in the new 2023 Steven Wilson mix, which I knew I was going to like it. I kind of went in with a positive attitude because I like all the stuff that Steven Wilson has done on his past work, and what I like that he does is he takes the original itself. He doesn't really change the sound of the instruments or anything really. He just kind of mixes it a little differently and enhances certain things that maybe you couldn't really hear to begin with. And I did notice a lot of extra stuff in it that kind of popped out, mainly just like effects, percussion type stuff that I never really noticed before. But the sound of the guitar, the sound of John Wetton's vocals didn't like sound different to me. And the bass in this one actually stood out a lot more, which to me was like a super highlight, because I was really drawn to John Wetton's singing, which is the reason I kind of like was wanting to get all these other bands he was involved with, because Asia was the band I got to know him by. Like, that's just how I got to know John Wetton, and I got to know him as a bass player later on, as the more I listened to him. And listening back to this again, because I haven't listened to this album in like a very, very long time, was super cool hearing all those bass parts just really up front and not distracting from anything else, but just I could hear them better. So that's one man, that was going on here, losing my voice, but that's one cool thing that I really liked about this, like right from the start, because it was like listening to it all over again. So, and the other cool thing was they did some instrumental mixes without the vocals on it, because there's only 3 songs on here that have vocals, but they kind of throw that in. I could have lived with it without that, quite honestly. But so CD number 2 is where they do a bunch of like elemental mixes is what they're calling it. And it's actually David Singleton did this, but actually they're new mixes. These are 2023 mixes from the master tapes, and just kind of like little things like that they maybe wouldn't have normally done as far as the final thing goes. So that was fun to listen to. It was a lot of violin stuff they added in this that maybe wasn't in the original. It seemed like to me there was just extra. So that was fun to listen to. But like where all the really meat and potatoes of this thing is in the Blu-ray. So disc 1 of the Blu-ray is basically everything that I just listed there all over again. And now, so that's, if you're into the Blu-ray stuff, that's cool. But disc number 2 of the Blu-ray is where all the complete recordings are coming from. It actually starts out with the original mix of the album, and then it goes into all the complete recordings after that, and everything is marked out starting January 16th all the way through February 1st of 1973. They list what every single thing is they worked on that day, what takes they were, and it was just like non-stop, like listening. It was kind of like I just had this playing, played it through a couple different times actually, and it was just kind of fun listening to what they led up to. And it's just work in progress. So it was just kind of fun listening in. It was kind of like being like a fly on the wall seeing what they were coming up with, and there's a little bit of chitter chatter and stuff going on in between, so it was kind of fun listening to all that stuff. And yeah, so everything I wanted it to be. It's kind of a quick little review, but it's everything that I would expect it to be, and I wish I'd gotten it a week ago, but it is what it is. But one of my favorite King Crimson albums, actually, and always been a huge John Wetton fan. I know I've said that a few times, but it's always fun listening to that old stuff. Actually, I was just listening to a David Cross album here a couple days ago, and John Wetton always kept in touch. Did some stuff on that album. I don't remember which songs he played on, but made a couple appearances on there vocally. I don't remember if he played bass on that one or not, but anyway, I'm probably gonna go pull out Red now after listening to this, because those are the first two King Crimson albums I actually ever got. So this is actually the first King Crimson album I ever bought, so that's another cool little thing for me. It's kind of got that personal touch to it. So as always, I ask for anybody to feel free to comment on their favorite King Crimson stuff, or John Wetton stuff, or whatever you want to talk about King Crimson related. It's fine with me. And as always, like, share, subscribe, just so we can keep talking about this music and keeping it alive, because that's what this channel is pretty much all about. And yeah, until next time, see ya.